001.
Before we begin examining the child support worksheet, it would be valuable to spend a few moments becoming familiar with the program's main window. The main window is the screen that you see when you start the program. It's what you see right now, and you'll notice that the viewing area is divided into a left and a right side. The left side is called the tree view, and it's arranged so that you can prepare and print child support worksheets simply by following the outline in the tree view from top to bottom.
And you'll notice that we numbered the main items from 1 through 5.
So to begin preparing a worksheet, you click over here on the item labeled Enter Information. There are 2 worksheets available, one for sole residential and shared parenting arrangements, and a second worksheet for split parenting orders. To start on page 1 of either worksheet, you simply click on the corresponding page 1 item, and we'll be doing that here in just a moment. To provide a quick overview of the rest of the steps, however, after you've completed your worksheet, the next thing you'll probably want to do is give your file a name and save it. That's the purpose of the item labeled 2. The third step is optional. It allows you to view the 2 child support worksheets in different ways. The view in step 1 is what we call the annotated view, and it's the one we'll be using in this video. It's the best for entering information because it has gray boxes scattered throughout that allow you to enter support information for certain line numbers that require it. Like line 19, the annual child care expenses, is a good example because it requires that you calculate the federal tax credit, and thus it's dependent on additional information to perform the tax calculation. By contrast, the statutory view presents the worksheets in the form of bare statutory text. There are no gray boxes or other comments like you find in the annotated version. Although it's unlikely that you'll choose this view for entering information, that's the version you may want to print for signature by your client, or presentation to opposing counsel, or filing with the court. Now the third view is the abbreviated version, which presents all of the line answers on one sheet of paper. It's useful for saving paper, of course, and some users and courts use it to prepare worksheets in just a matter of seconds, because if you're familiar with the line numbers and your fact situation doesn't require additional information, you can make all your entries on one screen without needing to navigate from page to page. For data entry, it's not always the best view, but for quick and dirty calculations, it's no exaggeration to say that you can finish a calculation in a matter of seconds. Finally, with respect to item or step 3, note that if you wish to create an accounting of child support payments or arrearages, you can click on the last item in step 3, which is called the support scheduler. It even calculates interest on arrearages. Now, item 4, or step 4, takes you to a dialog where you can select for printing any page or batch of pages from any of the versions of the 2 worksheets. Again, you may prefer the statutory version for the reasons I mentioned earlier. Item 5, or step 5, is another optional step. It allows you to send your completed worksheet to your word processor instead of your printer. That allows you to utilize your word processor's many functions, including making interlineations, sending emails, making PDFs, even grammar and spell checking. Before leaving the tree view side of the main window, notice that there's an information panel above the tree view that summarizes the opened or current file by showing you the file name. It tells you who the obligor is, the annual decree line 28 amount with and without health insurance, and the annual cash medical support amount from line 31. Now presently I haven't yet opened or started working on a file, so it's telling me that there's no file loaded, there's no obligor, and there's no decree amounts or cash medical support. I should also mention the main window button because it's useful for quickly returning to the main window from any other screen in the program. So if you accidentally bring up a page that you don't want, like I just did, and it's covering the main window, you can return by clicking on the main window button. As with anything in Windows, you can return to the main window in a number of ways. Here I'm doing it by clicking on the main window button, but I can also do it by clicking on the Close Active Window button, which you see right there. Either way, and there is another way, you can go to the Window menu and select the main window.